Welcome everyone, just waiting for people to connect their audio. Welcome to the Chamber of Solutions. Thank you all for dialing in. We have a select group of panelists for you this morning. The aim is interaction, engagement, and answering the questions that you posed before the session. So welcome. Business and Financial Planning for Success. This is a slightly different format where we've got 3 breakout sessions. More about that to follow. Now, making the assumption that we're all Zoom experts. If we're not, then here's a bit of a 101 on using Zoom. So at the bottom of your screen on your toolbar, you'll need to have the chat function open and also the participant panel open. These are going to be the main ways that we're going to communicate throughout the next hour and a half or so, over and above, obviously, the interactions that you'll have in plenary and in the breakout sessions. So if there's a burning question that you want answered, you put it in the chat box. If you want to contribute in a plenary discussion, then click on your participant panel. On the bottom right, you'll see a raised hand. You click on that, you'll raise to the top of the participant list below the panelists. And we've got Bob, our technician, who will be scouring those messages and making sure that those messages go through to the relevant people. So just to test, make sure that we're all good to go. Just put a message in the chat box there, just to let us know where you're dialing in from today. Just to make sure that we've got a working chat function. Farnborough, thank you, David. Sam from Southsea, Horndean, Emsworth, great. Southampton, Shaftesbury, good. Well, that works nicely. So we have the chat and we have the participant panel. Sending messages on the chat function, where you have the drop-down white arrow, you can send a private message or you can message everyone. We'll be posting links and documents on the chat function for you to download as we go through the session. So welcome. Let's get into the meat of the session. I'm going to hand over to Ross to formally open this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rob. Welcome, everybody. I'm Ross McNally. I'm the CEO and Executive Chair of Hampshire Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Chamber of Solutions, with a particular emphasis today on startups. We're also looking at finance, business planning, key issues that I know of importance to businesses in their early days. This is your community of practice. This is your opportunity to build a network, to access support, access solutions, which you will find through the partnership that the Chamber of Solutions has. In particular, I'd like to mention the partnership for today, which is Mission Performance. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Bob, in terms of supporting us as an organisation in delivery of the Chamber of Solutions, but also Shaping Portsmouth and Enterprise South and Solent LEP, key partners. I will be doing quite a lot today on chat to reiterate some of the points made and also make some links and some connections through to what I think might be useful tools. This is really about how you can develop and deliver a successful business during what is quite a difficult time. You are setting on a path during a really challenging time for all businesses, let alone from a business startup point of view. But the joy is that there's a market out there waiting for you. There's a market out there looking for new things, for new ways of doing things, for new solutions. And particularly if you're in the supply chain to other business, to provide competitive alternatives to what they're looking for. So there are great opportunities there, as there always are at times of change. Importantly, we want to hear from you through the breakout sessions and in the plenary. We want to hear your questions. We want to be able to address your specific business needs. If you don't want to do that directly today, then please get in touch with us as a Chamber of Commerce and we'll provide you with access to solutions by other means. But I hope that you enjoyed today. and that it turns out to be the fruitful experience that we want it to be. We do this every 2 weeks. Please come to these sessions. Please continue to support Chamber of Solutions. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Ross. Before we get into introduce our panelists, a quick introduction from myself, Rob Lewis. I'm one of the directors of Mission Performance. We are a business that works globally. We're based locally and work with large scale multinational organizations all the way through to local successful organizations in Lyon, Solent. We specialize in helping people to coach, lead and communicate. And we've been working with Ross and his team since the very beginning of lockdown. And it's our pleasure to be able to facilitate sessions like this. So welcome. Let me now turn to our panelists, and I'm going to ask Kim, if you'd like to introduce yourself to the team.
Thank you, Rob. Hi everyone. Good morning. So I'm Kim Pellet. I'm the SME Development Officer at Portsmouth City Council. My role is to support businesses and develop the local economy with a strategic aim of making Portsmouth the best place to start, grow and move a business in the UK. So we've been recognised as the most business-friendly council in Hampshire and Isle of Wight by the Federation of Small Business. So we're very proud of that, and we'll continue to offer the best business support service we can to the community. I've had 21 years experience in supporting businesses in 2 cities in this region. So I'm passionate about making a real and positive difference to local business and have positive track record in enabling businesses to grow and develop. Today, I will be focusing on what local funding is available to businesses, with particular reference to what the council has to offer. The funding landscape is changing rapidly, and knowing what is available, quickly is critical to ensure that we help businesses to survive and develop. So I look forward to having a breakout session with you, and I hope that this will continue to be an ongoing relationship, because funding is changing all the time, so we need to be continuing to look out for what is coming out. So thank you, Rob. That's
okay. Brilliant. Thank you, Kim. I'll explain how the breakout sessions will work just in a moment, but Andrew, would you like to address the team, please?
Yeah, hi, good morning everyone. My background, I'm a former Royal Marine many years ago before I entered the sales world, and got myself a seat on the board of the small telecoms company that I started out with, grew that, and then we sold out, and I had an opportunity to start my own business up. So I've got much experience of what it is to be that small business in the early years, and we've since become very much award-winning. We've got a strong team, very loyal customers. So we're almost the epitome of what you might be looking to be in a few years time. Here we are 17 years later. The thing that's kept us going is that we've constantly evolved, constantly shifted our thinking. So that's hopefully what I'm going to be helping impart some of our routines, tips, and just generally share with you the enthusiasm for being in business, such that you're going to be successful.
Thank you, Andrew. And Gary?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. I'm Gary Mullins. We run a business coaching firm just outside Portsmouth, based in Havant. A little bit about my background: run a large business, built it up to about 25 million for the bulk of my career, working in the marine safety industry, very much centred around businesses in Hampshire, one based down here in Portsmouth. Moved on, became chief executive for a small public company. and maybe like many of you, wanted to stretch out and really make a difference and do something for myself. So around about 13 years ago, we started our business coaching firm. We went on a journey of finding the very best tools available through Action Coach franchise, through scaling up. Some of you may have heard or maybe should look into a guy called Vern Harnish, built the Scale Up community, very much driven around helping business multiply their size. It's been a great experience. We're very passionate about helping any business owner, whether it's somebody just starting out on the journey or whether we're dealing with a very large corporate with executive coaching. It's what we enjoy doing, and we just love people to succeed. So today's a bit about really just helping as many people as we can. Be working in the breakout alongside Andrew, talking about planning, the importance of planning, how do we keep those plans really fresh, and actually what are some of the experiences maybe both of us have had on that planning journey. And for you guys that maybe need some help with a few tools around that, very happy to share those and look forward really to answering any questions that you've got. So that's me, Gary Mullins, based in Portsmouth.
Thank you, Gary. George?
Morning, everybody. My name is George Gallup. I work with Radian Housing. I'm the project lead for the Radian's Employment Support and Training area and the partnership manager. I'm going to be talking today about building and sustaining effective collaborations and partnerships. I'm going to define what those are, what the various stages are between cooperation, collaboration, and collaborative partnership. Talk about risks involved, rewards, purpose, organizational structure, communication, all the topics that I think are important. My business background, I worked in the City of London and Wall Street for about 20 years, most recently for JP Morgan Chase. I left that company in 2004 to form my own global IT solution company called Veritrack. We were a technical platform for a very distinct element of investment banking called prime brokerage. I guess the closest way to describe it, it was an incident handling, financial transaction incident handling platform, which is still in deployment. We have about 40,000 users. I sold the company, well, I took a buyout from the company in 2012 and it went to private equity. I'm here just to kind of share my experience with that and talk to you about the partnerships that I formed. Thank you.
Thank you, George. That completes our panel. Fantastic panelists to have for this morning's session. So we have Bob, who's in the background, who's busily been putting you into breakout rooms as we speak. And the aim is for you to rotate through each breakout room. The first one will be with Kim. The second that you'll go through Andrew and Gary, and then with George chairing the third. Financing your business with Kim, keeping business plans fresh, Andrew and Gary, and effective collaboration and partnerships with George. You'll go through each of these. From previous experience, we'll probably have a minimum of 20 minutes, and we may stretch to 30 depending on the level of conversation. So without further ado, I'd stress that ask as many questions as you possibly can. They're there to help you. I know personally that they are very good at giving you brilliant pieces of advice and links and access to wider networks that can support you in your objectives. So don't be shy, ask those questions. So Bob, over to you, sir, to organize the breakouts. Have fun, everyone.
Hey, I'll see you after the second session because we're going to bring you back into this plenary session for you to have a catch up.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Bob.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hiya.
Okay, so I've allocated you to breakout room 1. Are you not getting a link come up?
Oh,
Hi, Paul.
Oh, hi, Bob. I've been kicked out of my breakout room. I think I've got technical issues with Zoom. It's playing up big time.
Okay. Do you know who you were in with?
Is it Kim? Is it Kim, her name?
Yeah. In breakout room 1. Yeah. Okay. I'll put you back in if just sort that now.
That'd be wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Paul, there should be a link for you to click on to go to breakout room 1.
Let me have a look. No, I've not got anything. I've not had anything come up there.
Hi, Bob.
Hi there. I'm just trying to source out Paul to get back into a room.
Okay.
Right, I'm just going to move you into a different room and then move you back again, Paul, and hopefully I'll come up with a link.
Yeah, anything's worth a try. Thanks.
Anything yet?
No, nothing's changed, unfortunately.
Okay, Paul, it might be worth you logging off of Zoom and coming back in, and I'll admit you into from the waiting room, and we'll try again. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll sign out and sign back in. Thanks. I'll see you in a second. Cheers.
You're right.
Yeah, Gary Mullins. Ross just got a message from Ross. I think he's having trouble getting in his breakout room. Can you see him on your?
No, not at all. No, I haven't got him down as being in the waiting room or anything like that.
Maybe his internet connection was a bit ropey. Maybe he's just dropped out altogether.
No, I haven't got Gary at all. Let me just see if I can.
Send Ross a message.
He's showing as active in breakout room 3.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe Ross. Maybe it's sorted. Is it possible to put me in some rooms? I know I came out of the one with
George.
George, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Put me in with Kim,
Kim. Okay.
if that's possible.
Yeah. Have we got a link come up?
Breakout rooms. Yeah, join breakout room. Yeah, and then
Chris, which breakout room were you in?
Hi, Bob. I was in breakout room 3, I think, and I had to leave, unfortunately. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll get you back in there now. Right.
Thank you. Cheers.
A link should have come up, Chris. You just, yeah. Hi there.
That was a change around then, Bob.
Yeah.
Kim was yanked from her breakout room into another, and George joined us. So assuming that that's
Yeah. I mean, Kim was a bit slow in moving. I moved her first, and for some reason she didn't move. Interestingly, Gary isn't showing up on the breakout room, so that although he's physically in the breakout room, so I don't know what's going on there.
it was in stealth mode.
Yeah. So just looking, a few people have dropped off since we got going, really.
How many have we got? How many have dropped?
Trying to see. So, 2, 10. About 27.
We've still got 27.
Yeah. But I think we'd got, when we kicked off the breakout rooms, we had 2 8s and 2 9s, I think.
Yeah. Is it worth just putting a message to the breakout rooms, Bob, just letting them know that they've got? I didn't get the message from. There wasn't a message in my one before we moved.
Right, so I messaged twice. I sent a 2-minute warning and a 1-minute warning. The issue is, Robert, it comes up very small.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can certainly send a message to say how much longer they've got left to go.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. It was in full flow and.
So you're back down at Lee, are you?
Yeah, we're Jerry's doing human factors this week, and we're pretty much back to back until mid-December. Face-to-face programs just over the road in the Innovation Centre.
Who's doing that for them?
I'm just conscious that we're recording this, aren't we, Bob?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
We could pause it.
No, it's okay. We'll catch up later. Yeah.
Jerry's delivering a 3-dayer. So, yeah. It would make sense to stop this recording, wouldn't it? And just start it again when we're all in.
Yeah, for the plenary, yeah. Right, just got someone. Hi, Anita. Can you remember which breakout room you were in? Hi there. Hi, Anita.
Lost. Oh, hang on. Anita's back on.
Hi, Anita. Hi, Anita. She's disappeared now. So if they close the border, is there no way you can get accommodation on the other side of the border for your daughter?
Long story, Bob. I'll we'll have a chat offline.
Right.
There is a solution, but a certain person's not. Talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
We're still recording. You can pause it, Bob.
For the recording. So we've got about 20 people still with us at the moment after taking off the panel people.
Thank you. Welcome back.
I think we're gradually coming back, aren't we? Yeah. I think we've lost Tom along the way, though.
That's a couple actually. Hi, Ken. I think Bob's bringing them all back in as we speak.
Cool.
We'll Just realised I was on mute just now. Hi.
Yes, we're all coming back in now.
Back.
So welcome back, everyone. We'll just have a quick break after 2 sessions in. Some of those messages in the breakout rooms are difficult to see from personal experience, yanked from Kim's session, or Kim was yanked from our session. So we'll try a little bit harder to look at those messages and then count down from 2 minutes so we can, we're not left in midair as you join another breakout session. So if you'd like to a quick break or stay on for a chat, we'll probably be going again in 2 minutes or so. Kim.
Hello.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
With your deck, will you how will you send a link to that or send it on to Ross for distribution, or your deck that you showed?
The presentation, yeah. Yeah, no, I'll send it on to Bob, shall I? Or I'm not sure if I can put it onto here. I'll email it to.
I think we could probably, if you email it to Ben.
To Ben,
and we
okay.
Can distribute
Yeah,
it.
if you email it to Ben, Kim, and ask him to make sure that everybody who registered and attended gets the opportunity for the slides, that would be great.
Okay, no problems. I'll do it now.
Thank you.
That would really be helpful, Kim.
Okay.
I think one thing that surprised me, having been on the sessions, is the amount of funding sources available to new and existing businesses. Just having to know where to look for them to find the funding. And Kim,
yeah, I think, you know, the government has given out a lot of money, you know, since lockdown, and it's all gone now, unfortunately. So, you know, that was, we were very, 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 very busy with trying to make sure all our businesses access all that funding support. So I'm hoping that, you know, there might be, you know, more funding coming out in the future, months, years. So it's really important to sign up to the e-bulletin and sign up to the funding search facility that's online, so that you'll get an alert immediately when there is a, you know, funding opportunity out there. Timing is so key.
Yeah, and that link's on your deck, is it, Kim?
It is, yes, yeah. It's all on that document, which I will send out now to Ben.
So Ross, I'm putting you on the spot here slightly. What are you hearing in your circles about furlough's definitely going to end at the end of October? Are there any other
I think as a general rule, absolutely. I think that the government has shown that they do try to, within reason, stick to their funding word. Maybe other issues around that. But in terms of funding, I think when they say it's closed, it is closed. There is a lot of pressure on them for specific sectors, because some industry sectors, and we know about tourism, but there's also supply chain into aerospace and into engineering firms and other things, have suffered greatly. And seasonal businesses have had like 3 winters in a row. So there's a very strong argument for some targeted and select furlough support, but none of it's come forward. But maybe that's what a budget will be for. I don't know, but certainly I've genuinely heard nothing of that happening. So, but we are lobbying a little bit.
Okay. Out of interest, when is the next budget be presented?
We've got one in October.
October?
I
Yeah,
don't know
tends to be
precise.
October.
Kim, do you know the date? I haven't.
I don't know precise date yet, but I think you're right. It's be sometime in November to October. That tends to be that every year, isn't it?
And they're going to wait and see what the landscape
Yes.
looks like then, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a very major aspect of intervention, and it
Yes.
might be raise taxes. They think so. We don't know fully yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's a lot of funding for apprenticeship sort of type of thing and work placements or programs. So, you know, if you're looking to recruit, you know, try and make use of that funding. So, you know, there's a lot of information on the council's website, and you know, if you're interested, ping me an email and I'll send you those links. But they are those very specialized employment support programs. So you've got to have sort of the resource within your organization to actually make sure that they are trained up, you know, they are looked after and that they progress. And at the same time, you know, you invest in time in them, they will, you know, give you the returns in supporting your business.
In particular, the Kickstarter program. I know, Rob, that you're looking at the Kickstarter program, aren't you, to take on some people, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
And the chambers can help you to do that as an intermediary.
Yes. I don't know how much people are aware of the Kickstarter program, Ross, on this call.
Indeed.
But we had a chat with them yesterday about the subtle details and how on the initial reading, you might say that you're disqualified because you don't employ 30 people, but Hampshire, the chamber, can provide that intermediary service where you can combine different organisations into one to make one application.
Indeed, that's right.
First, you know a little bit more about Ross with the team.
It's a very good scheme. It covers the costs of the young person for 6 months for 25 hours per week at national minimum wage. Fully funded. Also £1,500 provided for support around technology costs, around the training and the employability issues. So you're not without funding to be able to help the person skill up. But it's basically around a work experience more than it is a pure training program. But the thing about the Chambers of Commerce is that, as Rob says, we can bring businesses together so that we can get to that magic 30 number, which is needed for the application process. We're already doing that with a number of businesses right now. We've put in our first application, and so we know that we're able to be able to help you, and we will handle all of the application and the financing situation. The situation is that the young person has to be on universal credit and has to be therefore working with a JCP coach, work coach. And that's not a difficult thing, but there's a lot of talent out there. I noticed that government figures said that of the 536,000 young people that are signing on as unemployed right now, 250,000 of those appeared on those records in the past 6 months. So we know that this is a lockdown issue, and it's not going to get any better as furlough ends. So there'll be a situation that if they can't go into, you know, continued employment, they'll be wanting to find this kind of work experience job. So if you or others are able to do that, we can help collate and combine that demand and get the process running for you.
Just from the sort of mission performance perspective, we're looking at recruiting about 5 to 6 talented young people to help us with our sales and marketing, for example.
Yes.
And we don't employ anywhere near 30. We've got partners that work in the business. So by working together with other organisations, combined, you know, helped by Ross's organisation, we hope to be able to have 6 young, gifted, talented people working for our business as soon as we possibly can. So to anyone on this call wants to combine efforts, part of that consortium, then I'll be interested to hear from you, because it's something we're definitely going to be doing.
Indeed.
Okay, Rob, I'm conscious of time. I need to get you back into your breakout rooms. Breakout room 4 is going to be a very small, intimate group for the next 2 sessions, but I'm sure you'll make the most of that. Okay, so I'm going to disperse you into the breakout rooms. Hiya.
Have we got 3 breakout rooms or 4?
We got 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just noticed as well that breakout room 2, the numbers have dropped off as well. So, yeah,
Intimate service.
yeah. So I think we've retained about 20 participants.
We had 20 because we had 27, but that includes a panel.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, Gary. You're on mute, Gary, I think.
Yeah, we're back.
You're back in the room. George. Good discussions, George.
I thought they were all very good. All slightly different. It was kind of an evolutionary process, but all very good.
Oh, very good. The same with you, Gary. Good chats.
Yeah, very good. Quite wide ranging, more about kind of wider implications of planning, current environment. How do we really get focused as every quarter seems to change? So yeah, great. It's like any of these things, we all learn, don't we, from these discussions?
Yeah. Great.
Absolutely.
Just waiting for everyone to rejoin. So let us know, Bob, when we have everyone.
Yeah, that looks good, Rob.
Have we got Ross back in?
I'm here, Rob.
Oh, there's Ross. So, four sessions. We're one eye on the time. I hope we've had the chance to ask some good questions, and that it's met your expectations for the session.
Just a quick one for you. For future reference, on the Zoom out rooms, 2 of them basically just kept cutting out constantly. I couldn't see them.
Really?
Don't even look at the technology side of this.
Okay. Did anyone else experience that?
No. Mine is surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah. Oh, your one kept getting out with you.
Oh, with it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got about 37 seconds of you.
oh dear, sorry.
It'll be down to the internet connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could well be. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
I think we've got a campaign to improve these connections again, haven't we? It's a constant.
Don't worry, one of our clients is helping on that in that regard, rewiring the south with fiber optics. So
yeah,
we'll pass it on. But
yeah. I'm sure Andrew can help with that.
Yes. So we'll be sending out links to the resources, Kim's deck and others. Some are already on there. If you haven't put your email address on there, Kim panelists, if you don't mind, put that on there for everyone to email in if you're comfortable with that. All feedback welcome. How we can make it better for next time. Hopefully we've achieved the helped you achieve your objectives for the session. Thank you all for your engagement. I'm just going to hand over now to Ross to sort of formally close and say a few parting words.
Thanks.
Rob, I'm terribly sorry. Is it possible to get people's details into the chat and then send out the chat? Otherwise, it's quite tricky tracking everybody down. Is that possible?
Of course it is, Bob. We'll record the chat messages and send those as part of the follow-up along with the video recording.
Thank you. Sorry to intrude.
No problem at all. Thanks, Bob. That's a good idea. Thanks, Rob. Yes. Firstly and foremost, thanks to Bob and to Rob for hosting today and the expertise with which they do it. Rob's brilliant chairing, but also Bob's very, very expert technical solutions for the breakout rooms and everything else. Thank you both very much indeed. Thank you for your participation. Without your involvement, then this event would not have the value that it has. It really is around your questions, your experiences. And I know this is just part of an ongoing and continuing journey for us all, but it's so good to hear those questions and to hear and share those answers, that ideas come through by listening to other people's business needs and other people's business approaches. And I know that I've got, like many of us have, we've got pages written down of notes and ideas that have come through that relate to my business, which is the Chamber of Commerce. And I'm sure that's happened with yours as well. So well done to everybody. Can I please ask that you get the word out about these activities? The Chamber of Solutions it's caring and it's sharing. It's about you. We're here. It's free, which is also very good. We're here to help businesses through what are some quite extraordinary and challenging times, and we want to grow participation, grow the audience. So just put the word out. It's on the Hampshire part of Eventbrite, so you can find these Chamber of Solutions activities and events very easily. We don't mind where people come from, the four corners, quite literally, and we will provide support to you all. So please do get the word out and spread the message. I hope that you have taken at least a few good ideas and will be able to implement them. If you have some good experiences as a result of that, share with us. There's the Hampshire Chamber social media accounts, which are on both LinkedIn and on Twitter. There's also the Chamber of Solutions one, which is a very small group for those who participate in this. So you have an ability to be able to communicate with each other, but importantly, come back to me if you need any further help or any further guidance. That's what we're here for. So well done, everybody. Thank you, and see you again in 2 weeks' time for the next one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Have a good 2 weeks, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.